E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e. Hele hoi akala o Malka o Kona. Hele hoi o Makai, mainland, wherever you come from. Welcome, Unity Church of Kona. Kakaiaka e komomai. Good morning and welcome. And so happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's Malama Pono. Happy Valentine's Day. As we all share the love of the season, we have a beautiful service for you all today. So aloha and welcome. As we get started with a prayer for the starting opening, I have a prayer of love. From an inner wellspring of divine love, I bless the world. I radiate the light of harmonizing, unifying love in every direction, encompassing every person, every nation, and every form of life. I am the thought, word, and action of divine love, and I bless the world with thoughts of unity and harmony. And so it is. Amen. And with the opening prayer, let's start with our affirmation for the month of February as we get into our service. So it should be on the board here. Affirmation is love. And so I immerse myself in God's love. Want to do that together? I immerse myself in God's love. And so it is. So if you'd like to please join, please stand up if you'd like as we do our opening song, Stand Together by Faith Rivera. Something great is happening, love is taking hold and it won't let it go of us now. Something here is calling us forward, upward motion. We're drops in one ocean, roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live your dream, every high is calling. Be the hope of the new day dawning. We're the ones that can make the difference. Let's stand together. Share the gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Ooh, oh, oh. Ooh, Every day's a chance you can do something amazing, to feel your passion blazing and shine. Pick with every vision and dance in new directions, explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today, lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live your dream, every high is calling. Be the hope of the new day dawning. We're the ones that can make the difference. Let's stand together. Share the gifts of the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Ooh, oh, oh. Ooh, in one dream, in one voice, one heart, in one world, one dream, one voice, one heart, and one world.
Stand together.
And one dream,
Stand.
and one voice, in one heart,
stand
in one world.
stand together.
Live your dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of the new day dawning. We're the ones who can make the difference. Let's stand together. Share the gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Woohoo! And as we're all standing together, please greet each other, wave across the room. If you're joining us on Facebook Live or YouTube or Twitch, LinkedIn, all those different outlets now, send a comment. And then we can actually acknowledge you and welcome you with a great big aloha. And God bless you. And so it is. So a few announcements as we get started on this Sunday morning. And so first and foremost, we are a prayer ministry. So you can download the You Pray app, and with that app on your iPhone or Android, there it is, you should be able to get instant prayer requests, a response from those prayer requests, many affirmations and meditations. So please do get that app for the You Pray. And so many times we need the prayer, and so this is right there in your pocket, so you can have that right with you. And so if you also need prayer support from the church, we're here also to support you in prayer. You have chaplain service here at the church, and so just give the church a call at the 808-322-0885, or leave your prayer request at the unityofkona@gmail.com. Just type it in. That's Unity of Kona, and we will pray over those prayer requests, send them on to Silent Unity, where they are held in prayer for 30 consecutive days. And the prayer vigil never shuts down at Unity Village. So the power of prayer is at work for us in our lives. Let's utilize these tools that we have, and it really is a wonderful tool. Online services will be continued in this format for right now, and I believe we're going to start thinking about opening the church coming up in March, and so please look forward to that announcement in the newsletter. We're kind of excited as we're getting ready to maybe welcome more people back into the church. I have a few more announcements because this is the month of February, and we always like to acknowledge our Volunteer of the Month. Volunteer of the Month for February, congratulations, Doc Holliday. Woohoo! Thank you, Doc. Loving mahalos to Doc for your support in the service of our ministry. And we are so blessed to have you here at the Unity of Kona, Doc. You've been a member for a long time, part of the congregation for many years, and also the church historian. Doc has served on the Board of Trustees, and he's always willing to serve in any way he can. So we heartfelt mahalos for you, Doc. Thank you so much. We all love you, my friend. Annual membership renewals are now due, so next week, Sunday the 21st, is the last day to get your renewal slips in. So please get those renewal slips in. The card is attached to the newsletter. If you have any issues with that, we can send you one, email, or somehow to get those cards returned to us, so you'll be a voting member coming at the membership meeting set for February 28th. And so you need that membership card in order to vote, as we're getting ready to vote for the Board of Trustees. So please get those membership cards in. New members class is scheduled for February 20th, next Saturday, and we will be welcoming our new members into the church on February 21st. So we got a lot going on next Sunday, new members class. So if anybody's still interested, please contact the Unity of Kona at gmail.com, put in the punchline and the subject line, new members class, expressing your desire, and you will be connected with that Zoom link. And so please follow through with the new members. We are always looking for people to participate and become voting members of the church. Thank you. We apologize for the delay in getting our yearly tithing records out for your 2020 taxes. It's like they will be mailed out to you by the end of this month. Again, we are truly apologetic on that one. The board has chosen Ann Chiodini, she is a CPA CMA, to do an analytical review of the church's financial accounts. Well, the analytical review is actually part of an audit in addition to many other areas of an audit, but the processes that will evaluate that were also evaluated in a full audit. So the analytical review is now to be done with our Unity of Kona's financial accounts. So we thank you for the people getting the books all in order. Thank you, guys. And please consider supporting as a contributor, sharing your time, talent, and treasure to the spiritual community. We're always looking for volunteers. So even as our services are online right now, we welcome volunteers singing, playing music, doing platform, many other different areas that we can utilize your help and talent. So please call the church, leave in the volunteer line, subject line, volunteer, and so we thank you prior for your willingness to help. Thank you, everybody that volunteers. We have so many volunteers that keep this church moving. Without our volunteers, we wouldn't be here. So thank you all the volunteers for the Unity of Kona. And as we're getting ready for the annual meeting on the 28th, the Board of Trustees, as new members that have been serving in the interim, now will be voted into positions on the board. We're also looking for other people that are interested in joining the Board of Trustees, so please send that email to unityofkona@gmail.com and in the subject line, Board of Trustees candidates. We have the 3 candidates that are now and set up doing interim work for the church that now will be voted in, so I need to read their bios. First of all is Kayla Harvey. Kayla's a sweet lady. Thank you, Kayla, for stepping up for everything that you do. Kayla and her husband, Patrick, have been members here at the Unity of Kona for 6 years now and attended the Unity of Minnesota prior to moving here to Hawaii. Kayla is a licensed mental health counselor, an LMHC, motivational speaker, and a quantum healing hypnosis techniques practitioner. And so for the past 6 years, Kayla's been a leader of our youth group and working with our children here at the church. So she loves the church, and she's loved every minute of working with the children. And so she has recently heard the call to work towards the Licensed Unity Teacher Certification, an LUT. And so this is a way for her to grow her spiritual knowledge and connection, as well as become a better leader for our congregation. Her hope is to continue to provide the workshops, spiritual talks, and assist the community in sustaining and growing in its spiritual mission. Kayla loves the Unity and this ohana, and with all of her heart, she will continue to do everything she can to see it thrive. So thank you, Kayla. Woohoo! And then myself, Jim Carey, well, that's me, and I am honored to be part of this community. With heartfelt gratitude, I thank you all for embracing me. And so I first found the Unity Church in Jacksonville, Florida. I was 15 years old and followed Unity principles throughout my life. I'm able to be Unity Village and see Unity churches across the country in my old trucking career. So I found that Unity actually works with the truth that resonated with the truth seeking that I've always done. And so I've studied many paths to truth and healing light. And so the prayer works and God is and the power of the healing light. And so with this, I became a member of the Unity Church of Crystal Lake, Illinois. I was there for 5 years. And I moved to Hawaii. I found the Unity here in Kona in 2012. Became a member in 2015. Well, my prayers, this has been an opportunity to grow within a community, and as being in service of spirit in God's greatest good is my divine prayer, and so it is. Thank you. Also, we have Larry Sire, who stepped up to sit on the board in term and now going in for the vote coming up on the 28th, so please participate in the voting. Larry's a musician who plays the guitar and sings. He's also a student of A Course of Miracles. Since 1988, he and his wife Carla moved to Hawaii in 2013, and while he played music here full-time for 6 years, Larry is now back in Austin, Texas, playing and producing music. In his spare time, he writes books, novels based on the ACIM principles, and so his first book that he wrote is called, There's Only One of Us Here, and It's Not You. Well, my friends, it's a humorous discussion between two people about the nature of the human existence. So Larry and Carla both love the Unity Church, and they both have committed to begin the training to become licensed Unity teachers, the LUTs. So thank you, Larry and Carla. And we will be seeing Larry today. He's coming to us via the platform from Texas to do some music for us. So we're looking forward to hearing some Larry. And again, any interest in serving on the board, we welcome any volunteers to the church, and we need board of trustees. So we have lots of open seats. So if you want to be more informed or participate in what's going on, please send an email, unityofkona@gmail.com, subject line BOT candidate. So that's my few announcements that I have for today. And so at this time, I have asked my sister Jeannie Carey to come up and do the daily word. Thank you, Jeannie.
Good morning. The affirmation today is heart expression. Can you hear me? You are dear to me. I hold you in my heart. Sharing love is a wonderful way of discovering and responding to the divinity alive in every heart, binding us as human family. My loving nature helps me see the best in every person whose life touches mine. Today I remember one of the legends of St. Valentine, in which he fashioned pieces of parchment into hearts, which he gave to others as token of his compassion and God's love. Today the tradition continues when I say, "You are dear to me. I hold you in my heart," with a card, gift, call, or simple act of kindness. I share love with no expectation of reciprocation, and my heart welcomes every expression of love from others. Love's energy grows through both giving and receiving. I give you a new commandment that you love one another just as I have loved you. You also should love one another. John 13:34. Heart expression is the affirmation. Repeat after me. You are dear to me. I hold you in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jeannie. That was wonderful. And we hold that love in our hearts as we do our sanctuary visualization. So now take the moment and take a breath and visualize the sanctuary and the sanctuary of your soul as a beautiful heart. Feel the loving energy of those all around you flowing in and through you. See the loving energy flowing around every person, every being on this earth and in this world. And if you know of anyone in your life or in this world in need of the prayer, see them in the center of this most beautiful heart as we say together the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. And wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you. Thank you, God. We have special music now from Larry Sire. Thank you, Larry in Texas.
On this special Sunday of Valentine's Day, I'd like to share something special with each and every one of you. It's an original song called Be the Love. And originally the song was released as a rock and roll version, more of an upbeat, big, kind of a big band production. But today I would like to do a little bit different version. It's an acoustic version. It's a little more mellow and maybe more appropriate for today. It's called Be the Love. Before time, before space, there is love. Before you, before me, there is love. There is love in everything. There is love in all we can see. There is love in you and me. There is love in the east and the west. There is love because all around the world there is love. There is love in everything. There is love in all we can see. There is love in you and me. There is love. We choose to see the things we see. So choose to see them differently. To feel the love you want to feel. Be the love and make it real. Through the night, through the day, when you seem to lose your way, no matter what they say, be the love. Be the love when you see tears. Be the love when you feel fear. Be the love in every way. Be the love. Be the love. Be the love. Let your love light shine. Let your love light shine, shine, shine. Be love. Aloha.
All right. That was a beautiful song and absolutely perfect for today. We're going to go into a bit of meditation before we go into our talk today. So just find yourself a comfortable position in your chair. Get yourself really comfortable while we're getting started on music. Wiggle out any of those wiggles that are in there and just feel your body resting into place. Let yourself relax into your chair. Feel yourself sinking into place, resting, every muscle softening. Take a few deep breaths here. Then bring your awareness to your heart space. Feel into this part of your body and rest your consciousness here. Begin breathing into this space and call to mind someone who fills your heart with love. It may be a partner, a child, a pet, someone from your past, or simply the love of spirit. Allow your heart to fill with love that this being evokes within your heart. Feel the warmth growing as if it were a warm light within you. The feeling continues to expand. The light overflows, and your whole chest is aglow with love and light. Imagine your special being standing in front of you. As your heart expands and overflows with love, it begins to emanate from you as a beam of light flowing forward. That divine love within you sparks the divine love within them. The love grows and spreads. Wherever you direct this light, fills with loving kindness and continues to spread. Holding on to this feeling, bring to mind any person, place, or thing that could really use the healing light of divine love. See and feel the divine love emanating there, knowing that love transcends time and space. Feel the warmth of love and light healing, lifting, and clearing. Now call that beam back into the self and let that light pour back into your body as it absorbs in every cell. The light dissipates within you and you return to the breath. Recalling that love is your true nature, you know this power is in you always. We focus our awareness back into the body now, feeling your seat in your chair. Bring your awareness back here as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch your arms and legs if that feels good, and open your eyes whenever you're ready, returning to the space. Welcome and happy Valentine's Day, or as we also used to call it, Saint Valentine's Day or Feast of Saint Valentine's. See, holidays transform over time. As they all do, this one has as well. It went from recognizing Christian martyrs, and yes, there were a few that went by Valentine, to the association of early love in spring, and then finally to the commercialization of romantic love that we see today. Now, however you feel about Valentine's Day, the commercialization of it and how it's celebrated today, it does make us think about and reflect on love and connection in our life. That in and of itself is always a good thing. It's great to ponder on and sit within us and think about love. Unfortunately, Valentine's Day, as it's become today, can sometimes confuse love. It has sometimes given us the idea that love is external, that we need something like a partner or a specific type of love in our life, or that we need validation from outside of ourselves, from others, in order to feel that we are lovable or that we're worthy of love. This holiday can even confuse us with all of its decorations, products, and things to buy, it can confuse us into thinking that we may need to purchase something or display our love in a very specific way in order for it to be true, valid, and appreciated. That's showing us all the love outside of ourselves, and sometimes reinforces the idea that that's where it comes from. However, the opposite is true. Love, you see, doesn't originate outside of ourselves. Love comes from within and is actually a divine quality that we have all inherited inside of us. You see, love is one of the 12 powers that we inherited from Spirit. Love is a birthright. We don't have to go outside and seek it. We can cultivate it from within, and it is always there from us, from Source. We are eternally loved at every moment of every day. So when we are needing love, when we feel that yearning and longing for love, we are not to look outside and seek that from others. The real source has always been within us the whole time. And we can access it within instead of without. And that's really what we're here to talk about today, is about this concept of finding the love within, growing this, and using that as our gift to emanate love. Now, what does emanate really mean? I chose this word on purpose because it's different than just giving love, showing love through our actions. Emanating, the word, means to produce and then spread. It means to create from a source, give out, and then emit. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do, not just today, but every day of our lives. We are born as love machines to radiate love from our body, from every fiber of our being, our thoughts, our speech, our actions, and simply our vibration. So knowing this, and knowing it's Valentine's Day, how do we proceed? So if getting a little teddy bear is not the ultimate way to show our love, not that that's wrong. We all like something warm and fuzzy in our lives. But how do we really show that true love within us? Well, the first thing we need to know is that since love comes from within, and that is the true source, we need to cultivate it within us, which means it starts with us. We've talked about this a few times. It's pretty hard to love others truly, deeply, and unconditionally if we don't love ourselves. I'm going to read a little poem that was written by Holly Holden, and it goes like this. Today I asked my body what she needed, which is a big deal considering my journey of not really asking that much. I thought maybe she might need more water, or protein, or greens, or yoga, or supplements, or movement. But as I stood in the shower, reflecting on her stretch marks, her roundedness where I would like flatness, her softness where I would like firmness, all of those conditioned wishes that form a bundle of never quite rightness, she whispered very gently, "Could you just love me like this?" I thought that was a pretty powerful statement. We as humans are really good at analyzing and using our brains to find problems. We're good at finding things we want to change, grow, or shift. but we're not always that great at being kind to ourselves and really just love and appreciating ourselves the way we are. If you do nothing else today but have a little more love and kindness for yourself, you're on the journey to being love for all those around you. It doesn't have to be a complex thing. We can start just as this poem suggests, by loving our bodies. A simple practice starts with loving your toes. We can love our fingertips, send love to our nose. Sending love to each part of our body, we learn to love it as it is, and then we have more love to give. You see, when we are in a state of need for love, we beg from it for others. We have expectations from others, and we expect love to come in a very specific form or way. When we do that, we are not holding unconditional love for others. We have very specific conditioned love. But if we can go within and fill that love void for ourselves, with ourselves, then when we meet another, we meet them with our love and cup full. Then whatever they bring to the table, we can love that just how it is. Because we are not needing something from them, we are simply enjoying them and being in love with them. So it really does start with us. And then once we have it with us, we can share it and we can spark love within each other. So instead of a gift that you bring today, instead of bringing a gift to your loved ones, try bringing the gift of your loving presence and being that present. Now, this is relatively easy to do with someone we truly care about. We can step back, take a moment, center ourselves, and come in with that love. However, we don't love everyone. Not all the time, at least, right? It's a little tough. Sometimes we have challenges with people in our lives, even those we love. And sometimes people provoke us, they upset us, they're upset with us, we feel hurt by them. Whatever the case, there are situations where we find it harder to love. And this is true. Yet we know we are all one. And that when we fight another, or we disown another, we then fight or disown a part of ourselves. And when we do this, we become a fractured self, a fractured group, when all we really truly want is harmony, peace, and wholeness. So instead of fighting fire with fire, we fight fire with water, right? That makes more sense. I've never seen people go out to a fire and bring more fire thinking that's going to help. Just never been effective. I don't know. Maybe somebody else has seen something different. But from what I've seen, we need to bring something different. We need to bring an opposite energy to really heal that situation. So today, we're going to think about bringing love where there is hate. Recently, myself and Jim Carrey attended an interfaith gathering, and it was via Zoom. Usually we do this here in Kona with a beautiful interfaith concert. And we hear songs from so many different faiths, and you can feel it in your body. Well, because of COVID this year, that wasn't possible. So what we did instead is we gathered on Zoom, and we shared quotes from each other's faiths. And the reason this is important is because many wars have been fought throughout the centuries on faith. It's been fought over the thing that's supposed to give us love and hope the most? God, Spirit. So we gather still to help us get to know and understand each other, to keep that spirit of love going. And one of the pastors shared a really important quote from the Bible here that I'm going to share as well. It's from Matthew 5, verse 43 through 45, and it states, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy.' But I say to you, love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spite you, use you, and persecute you." That may seem like a tall order, but this is what Jesus is asking us to do. And even Jesus, when he was being nailed to the cross, when he was being whipped, spit on, and abused, he still prayed. And in those moments he said, "Father, please forgive them. They know not what they do." So even in his deepest, darkest moments where people were hurting him and spreading hate, Jesus was practicing what he preached on that Sermon on the Mount and showing us how to be the love even in those times. Now, it can be difficult to do this, but this is what we are being asked. This is what we can do. Filter everything through our heart to heal the world. How do we do this, you might say? When I'm feeling really frustrated and I'm in the supermarket and somebody's going off on me. Well, I couldn't say it any better than Tony Caradella stated in a unity.org article. This article is entitled, "I Am Love." And this section of the article states a few ways to reveal the power of your loving heart. This is archived and you can look it up at any time. Here's what it states. It says, thoughts. To think love is not easy because it means that you must think good of all people and things as you approach your daily situations, even when people and things are not showing their good side. Think love when someone cuts you off in traffic, or if you find yourself stewing over a remark from a coworker or a disagreement with your partner. Think the best of them. Redirect your thoughts and you'll access the harmonizing power of love. Words. Speak love by affirming the divine love you hold within. Whether aloud or in quiet of your spiritual practice. Then speak love to others. Let the joy of love flow through your words. Tell people you love them. Speak love and words of appreciation to those you appreciate. Use your words to express harmony in situations that are less than positive. Catch yourself before you speak. Think good and let the joy of love flow through words of kindness and positive tones instead. And actions. The purest action of love is living your true heart. Acts of kindness and giving will reveal the love that you are. So there are many ways that we can be this love, even in difficult situations, through our thoughts, words, and actions. And when you're having a hard time with this, because sometimes we do, one simple thing we can do is just place your hands on your heart. Anytime you're having a struggle to say a nice thing after someone has hurt your feelings, or anytime you're having a hard time finding a kind action after someone has taken a not so kind action towards you, take a moment, place your hands here, and just recenter that awareness. This simple action can be extremely effective to taking you back into that heart space. Because we need to be the love that we'd like to receive. And we know that love is the answer. So I have an affirmation for us today. I'll state it once and then we'll do it together. So it says, I emanate love through my every thought, word, and action. Together, I emanate love through every thought, word, and action. And in fact, there is one very specific media-driven cartoon that I can think of that very specifically demonstrates this power we all have. And it was originally created in the 1980s. And it's the Care Bears. See, the Care Bears, the original, was designed as an image for a greeting card. And it was quite cute and very popular. So eventually they became plush toys. And still, people couldn't get enough of these little cute bears with the symbols on their bellies. And it became a cartoon. And for those of you who are not aware, let me share the premise with you. Little colored bears with different symbols, eventually also other animals, which became Care Bear cousins. They lived up in Care-a-Lot, up in the clouds in the sky, and acted sort of as guardian angels, or guides, if you will. And they defended the world against their number one adversary, and you can't make this up, no heart. And so the Care Bears would defend the world for positivity, making sure that no heart didn't bring gloom and doom into the world. And they also took a particular interest in the lives of children, helping bring positivity and love into the lives of children in difficult situations. And they had one particular talent in doing so that they called the Care Bear stare. And in one episode, one of the particular Care Bears, and he's actually a lion, he was a Care Bear cousin named Braveheart, explains how this is done. And you actually get to observe the Care Bears practicing. Yes, they practiced this technique so they could be ready. And what they did was, they would stand together. They could do this alone, but they were more powerful together. And they would actually stand in front of a target, a very cranky-looking fella, and they would, as he said, you focus on your center, you think positive thoughts, and you push it through your symbol. And we watch as they do this, a beam of light comes from their center and changes the target from a cranky being to one smiling, holding flowers. And the more love they send it, the bigger this being becomes, beaming with love. So as you see, the Care Bears go from focusing to beaming their love straight from their center. I don't know a better depiction of emanating love than the Care Bear stare. Now, this is all well and cute, and we think, oh, that's nice. But what does that mean for us? Well, we absolutely have this power. Sometimes I watch television and there are certain movies and shows I think, are they telling us a secret? They're telling us what really is real in life. And I think this is one of the examples. The Care Bear stare is one of those things that I feel is a secret we should be telling all people. And why not start with children? We have the ability to emanate love from our center and for others to truly feel it. In fact, anyone ever heard of the HeartMath Institute? Yeah, they study the power of the heart and heart-brain coherence. So the HeartMath Institute has been studying what they call cardio-electromagnetic communication. And they say that our heart is actually its own little brain. It actually has over 40,000 nerves and has its own complete nervous system. What they found is that the heart actually sends more signals to the brain than vice versa. It is, in fact, the most powerful source of electromagnetic energy in the body, producing the largest rhythmic electromagnetic field of any body in the organ. I mean, any organ in the body. The heart's electromagnetic field is 60 times greater in amplitude and 100 times greater in strength than the electrical activity generated by the brain. In fact, currently, with the technology and instruments we already have and no alteration or practice, it can be detected up to 3 feet outside of the body. And they're already doing research to show it's much further than that. They've also done research, and to show this, here's a HeartMath Institute picture, just kind of showing this electromagnetic field from the heart that's generated outside of our body. This is just what's measurable currently. They've also found that our heart, sending all of this signaling, can actually reach and sync up with the electromagnetic signals in another's brain. So when we know that our heart sends the most powerful cardio-electromagnetic communication and our brains are able to pick up and synchronize with it, I would say we are capable of the Care Bear stare. This is a power we all hold within us, and it is a divine power that we have been given, so we might as well use it. So how do we do this? How do we do our own Care Bear stare? Well, it's about centering into our heart. Take a moment and just notice the place of your awareness in your body. Where is your awareness seated? For most of us, it's here most of the time. We're very cognitive beings, and our awareness is in our head. But if you just take a moment and center your awareness on your heart, you can reposition your thoughts, the way you see the world, and your being from that space. The more we take time to do this, the more we can live our lives from here. So just stopping in your day and doing this several times a day will get you back into that divine space. Continue practicing things like loving kindness meditations and heart-centered meditations. And always remember you can put your hands right here to find yourself back in this space. Because your power of your heart and spreading and emanating that love is the most powerful gift you can give to yourself, to the loved ones, to those you are struggling with, and to the world. So this Valentine's Day, become the love that you want to see in the world. Be like the Care Bears, center yourself, think positive thoughts, and spread your light by emanating love. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. What an amazing talk today. And so Care Bear we are. It's like we can be our own Care Bear and make everything right in the world. So emanate the love. What a beautiful talk. Thank you so much, Kayla. And now is the time in the service where we'd like to offer our tithes and offerings in support of this ministry. And there are many ways in which you can make your donation. They'll be put up on the board here in just a moment, for which we are abundantly grateful. So mahalo, nui loa. And as they appear on the screen, please click the offering things. And so as you hold your gift in your hand as the intent to share, we'd like to say our offertory blessing now on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way. And so it is. We have some more wonderful music from Larry Sire. Thank you, Larry in Texas.
I'm so glad I'm able to share with you like this, all the way from Bastrop, Texas. I really miss our ohana and Kona. And I just want to say, I love you all, and I'd like to send this out to you. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you. Aloha.
Aloha. We fall in love with each other every time we look into each other's eyes. So hold these thoughts and moments for the love of the day. Carry them with you throughout the year. And now is the time we'd like to bless our offerings as we come together. We say, through Spirit, we know that as we give, so shall we receive. And as we dedicate and consecrate these gifts to do your will and your work in this ministry and in our lives and in our community. And so it is. Amen. So today we hold each other in our hearts as we'll sing together our closing songs. And as we get ready for closing, please tune in to the next week, because we'll have a Facebook event. Okay, wait a minute here. Please join us as we have the Facebook Live social gathering tonight. The link is on the Facebook page for the Zoom meeting afterwards. So join us for the ohana gathering after service, and join us again next week for Reverend Eric will be doing a talk. And so next Sunday, Reverend Eric, his topic will be our inner quest. And we are each on a journey of life with successes and failures. What is your quest is the question. And if you choose an inner pursuit, you may use the spiritual tools of prayer, positive thinking, and action to connect with the divine. So let us grow through each experience. Musician next week should be Neil Barnett. So join us for the social hour virtual meeting here after service, and as we finish up with our closing songs. Let there be peace on earth, and aloha oi. Let there be peace peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Until we meet again, my friends, a hui ho as we close it out with aloha oi. Aloha oi, aloha oi, eke ona ona no ikalipo. One fond embrace, ahoy ai ao, until we meet again. A hui ho and aloha. Thank you, everybody. Donnie, you got a little closing music?
Sure. Yes, with so much love out there, what else but love, right? L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you'll adore. And love is all I have to give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Oh, 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 L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you'll adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.